Hibiscus, beneath the rain tree. It was the kind of evening that whispered secrets, thick with the scent of wet earth, the sky low and gray, and the sound of rain lacing the rooftops in rhythmic sighs. In the heart of Coorg, nestled among coffee plantations and mossy stone paths, stood a homestay known simply as the Rain Tree. Tourists came for the spice trails and filtered sunlight. But Aanya had returned for something else entirely, a fragment of her past she had buried beneath the canopy of time. She hadn't seen Vihaan in 7 years. They had met at university, two dreamers tangled in deadlines and stolen glances, her with a camera slung around her neck, him with ink-stained fingers and poems hidden in textbooks. They weren't a grand love story, not then. They were a slow burn, a comfortable silence, a shared umbrella, the brush of hands under library tables. But final year came, and so did offers from opposite ends of the country. Words were spoken, we'll try, let's see. But life, relentless as it is, had other plans. Aanya had chosen journalism, chasing conflict zones and cultural stories, building a name in bylines. Vihaan vanished into literature, teaching at a college in the hills, occasionally publishing poems that tasted like heartbreak. Their worlds drifted, but something in her chest still pulsed his name on quiet nights. Until last month, when a wedding invitation arrived. His brother. At the Rain Tree. Her name on the guest list. No explanation. She told herself she wouldn't go. That she was busy. That the past didn't deserve a front seat in her present. But the night before the train was scheduled, she packed her bag anyway. Some ghosts, she figured, needed to be faced in the rain. The homestay was exactly how she remembered, red brick, wooden balconies, and a giant rain tree in the courtyard with leaves that shimmered like stories. A lady in a saffron sari greeted her with familiarity. "Ah, Aanya. Vihaan said you'd come." That made her pause. He had expected her. Somehow, that mattered more than it should have. She was given the same room they had stayed in during their college trek, a coincidence, she was told. But the moment she stepped inside, she knew it wasn't. The window still framed the rain tree. The quilt still smelled faintly of cardamom. And there, on the bedside table, was a note. "In case the rain didn't say it loud enough, I missed you. V." Her fingers trembled. Her heart did too. She wanted to crumple it, to laugh, to cry. Instead, she folded it neatly and slipped it into her journal. The wedding unfolded like a film, colorful, chaotic, bursting with emotion. Aanya slipped between rituals and relatives, her camera capturing candid smiles while her eyes scanned every crowd for a familiar silhouette. And then, one afternoon, as the rain softened into a drizzle and the courtyard filled with music, she saw him. Vihaan. He stood beneath the rain tree, holding a cup of tea, his kurta damp at the shoulders, curls slightly longer than she remembered, but the same smile. The one that felt like coming home. She didn't approach. Neither did he. Instead, he left another note on her window that night. "Do you remember the story we never finished? About the girl who ran from the rain and the boy who built her a roof of poems?" She smiled despite herself. On the third day, she left him a reply, taped to the bark of the rain tree. "I remember." She came back. But she wasn't sure the roof was still standing. That evening, she found a bookmark tucked into her book during the Sangeet. On it, scrawled in his handwriting, "It is. But it has leaks. Cracks." Would she still come in, even if it wasn't perfect? She found him after that, alone in the library, where the old fireplace crackled and the smell of damp paper lingered. They didn't speak right away. Just sat across from each other, 7 years of silence thick between them. "I sent you a poem once," he finally said, "after your article on the Delhi floods. I never heard back." "I never got it," she whispered. "I thought maybe you were done with me. I thought you had moved on." "I tried. So did I. And then nothing. Just the rain tapping gently against the windows." "I'm not here to ruin your brother's wedding," she said softly. "Or to dig up the past. I didn't invite you for the past." She looked up. "Then why?" "Because I wanted you to see where I live now. What I've become. In case you ever wanted to be part of it." His voice cracked, just enough to make her heart stumble. "The rain tree was always ours, Aanya. Even before we knew it." The next morning, they sat under the tree, this time together. A thermos of chai between them. No expectations. No promises. Just presence. "I'm scared," she admitted. "So am I," he said. "But sometimes, the rain doesn't mean the end of something. Sometimes it means something is finally growing." Over the next few days, they stitched back a connection, thread by thread. She showed him her photographs, the ones that didn't make it to print. He read her his newest work, a manuscript titled Where the Rain Tree Blooms. It was their story. Almost. One afternoon, as the wedding wound down and the guests began to leave, he handed her a letter. "Before you decide," he said, "read this when you're under the tree alone. Like before." That evening, she sat beneath the rain tree, the sky pink with retreating clouds. She opened the letter. "Aanya, if I could rewrite time, I'd have stayed. Or followed. Or fought harder. But here's the truth, I didn't. I let you go, thinking you needed space, wings, a world bigger than what I could offer. Maybe that was cowardice. Maybe it was love. I don't know anymore. But what I do know is that every rain since has reminded me of you. And every dry season felt like waiting. If you leave tomorrow, I'll understand. But if you stay, even for a little while longer, I'll build you a better roof. Not of poems, but of presence. Yours, always, Vihaan." She folded the letter and pressed it to her heart. She didn't leave the next day. She stayed. For another night. Then another week. Then long enough for Vihaan to teach her how to roast coffee beans and for her to show him how to load a DSLR. She stayed until she realized she wasn't waiting for a reason to return to Delhi. She was waiting for a reason to stay. And she had found it. The rain tree stood tall, blooming as ever. And beneath it, two souls stitched by time, heartbreak, and monsoon laughter, chose not to start over, but to continue. Right where their story paused. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who still believes in second chances. Sparkling Heart, subscribe to Whispers of Love for more timeless tales of hearts finding their way home. Cloud with Rain, tell us in the comments, have you ever gone back to a place and found someone still waiting?